living with chance, probability, uncertainty, and the limits of knowing. The uncomfortable truth. Human beings seek certainty. We plan, predict, and calculate. Yet the world rarely behaves with precision. Events unfold imperfectly. Outcomes resist guarantees. At some point, science made a radical decision. Instead of eliminating uncertainty, it learned to accept it. That decision changed everything. Part 1: A world once built on certainty. For much of history, uncertainty was seen as failure. If outcomes were unpredictable, it meant knowledge was incomplete. Nature itself was assumed to be deterministic. From classical mechanics to early astronomy, the universe was viewed as a clockwork system. Given enough information, the future could be calculated exactly. Chance was ignorance, not reality. This belief dominated science for centuries. Part 2: Games, Gamblers, and a New Question. The first serious challenge to certainty did not come from laboratories, but from games of chance. In the 17th century, mathematicians were asked a simple question: how should winnings be divided if a game ends early? Answering this required something new, not certainty but likelihood. This marked the birth of probability. Chance was no longer dismissed. It was analyzed. Part 3: Measuring the Unlikely. Probability transformed uncertainty into something structured. Outcomes could be described statistically. Patterns emerged from randomness. Instead of asking what will happen, scientists asked, how often does this happen? This shift allowed uncertainty to become usable. Risk could be calculated. Decisions could be guided without guarantees. Knowledge became probabilistic. Part 4: Uncertainty enters science. As probability matured, it moved beyond games. It reshaped astronomy, population studies, medicine, economics. Errors were no longer ignored, they were modeled. Measurements included margins. Predictions included confidence intervals. Science became honest about its limits. Uncertainty was no longer weakness. It was information. Part 5: The Quantum Break. In the 20th century, uncertainty moved from methodology to reality itself. At microscopic scales, physics encountered a limit that could not be overcome. Outcomes were not merely unknown, they were indeterminate. Particles did not have exact positions and velocities simultaneously. Nature itself behaved probabilistically. This was not due to ignorance. It was fundamental. The universe at its core allowed chance. Part 6: The Heisenberg Uncertainty Principle. Quantum mechanics formalized this limit. Certain properties could not be known with precision at the same time. The more accurately one is measured, the less certain the other becomes. This was not a flaw of instruments. It was a property of reality. Certainty had boundaries. Part 7: Decision-making in an uncertain world. Probability reshaped how humans decide. Instead of seeking perfect outcomes, decision-making focused on expected outcomes. This changed finance, engineering, public policy, artificial intelligence. Risk assessment replaced prediction. Uncertainty became something to manage, not eliminate. Part 8: Why the Human Mind Resists Uncertainty. Despite its usefulness, uncertainty remains psychologically uncomfortable. The brain prefers narratives, not distributions. Certainty feels safe even when it is false. This tension explains overconfidence, superstition, a resistance to statistical thinking. Probability requires humility. It asks us to accept that knowledge is incomplete. Part 9: What we still don't know. Even today, uncertainty raises unresolved questions. Is randomness fundamental or emergent? Does probability describe reality or our interaction with it? Can uncertainty ever be fully understood? Science uses probability successfully, but it does not claim final certainty. That restraint is its strength. Learning to live with not knowing. The greatest shift was not mathematical. It was philosophical. Accepting uncertainty allowed science to grow without pretending to be complete. It replaced false certainty with honest prediction. If this documentary changed how you think about chance, risk, and knowledge, consider liking the video and subscribing to Interesting MindHub for future explorations. Because understanding uncertainty may be the most certain progress we have made.